Look at all these flesh bags, these wrinkly old flesh bags. I wouldn't even say that, but that's what they are, really, truthfully. And I didn't used to think this way. One day I'm gonna be a wrinkly old flesh bag too, but not too soon. Not too soon. Why am I so pissed off at old people? I used to respect them and value them and love them, but lately, not so much. Not so much. Keep having bad experience after bad experience. So what was this? Why am I showing you all these pool noodles and these freaking old wrinkly sacks? Why am I showing this to you? Why am I showing you to do the YMCA or whatever the hell they're doing? Because not too long ago, a couple weeks ago, it's still kind of on my mind. That's why I'm doing a video about it. More boomer video. So a couple weeks ago, I went to the pool, and I went early, and it was a open swim. And I get there, and I'm like, oh, do I just pick a lane? And they're like, oh, this lady, she's like, no, you can do whatever you want. You know, because I thought there wasn't going to be any lanes. I thought all the lanes were going to be taken up, you know, that these old people were going to actually be doing laps. Nope. So I picked the first lane next to the wall to just stay out of everybody's way, really. And she said something like, oh, they're not doing a class this morning. I'm like, okay, class, whatever. I just want a lane. I just want to do laps. And nobody else was doing laps. Just me. Okay? Keep this in mind. I'm the only one that's actually doing laps. And it's pretty much, I don't even, no, there was no men. It was all old women. And they all had their little sun hats and their little pool noodles. And I think some of them had some water aerobics. So anyway, I'm doing my laps, right? I'm doing my laps. Back and forth. And all of a sudden, I can't get to the other side of the wall because these people are just migrating. Like, they're kind of like spreading out on that side of the pool. And so I'm going like, think of it like vertical ways, right? Vertical. So I'm going long ways back and forth where the actual lines are to do a lap. And all of a sudden, I can't go to the other wall anymore because they've moved into my lane. And I'm like, okay, that's kind of rude. And then I noticed that basically somebody took it upon themselves to start a water aerobics class. So I'm seeing them like lift their hands in the air and all this Anyway, so instead of going the long way, I go the short way, and I start going back and forth on the short side, right? I'm still getting an exercise, but I'm kind of peeved because I just had to move. So I'm going back and forth on the short side, kind of irritated, but I'm like, whatever. Okay, so I'm going back and forth. All of a sudden, these two old people start moving towards where I'm swimming. On the back wall. Anyway, so they start moving towards me. And I reach one side and I turn around to go back to the other. And I'm about to bump into this lady because she just is there. And she's like, oh, sorry. And I'm like, oh, yeah, it's okay. And I keep going. And then I thought that was kind of going to be the end of it and they would get out of my way. Nope. They were going back and forth the long way, the place I just was, that's where they were going back and forth. They were like walking and they have their noodle and they all had their noodle. They all had a pool noodle. I kid you not. They all had sun hats and pool noodles. None of them were doing actual workouts. It was like, oh, I'm just gonna walk along the thing with my noodle. So anyway, to get in my way, these two, and every time they go back and touch the wall on the other side, every time they have to come all the way to my side and touch the wall on this side, like Israel touching the wall, right? So why couldn't they just stop short and let me do my laps? It was the rudest thing ever. And all they had to do was not get close to me, right? Am I losing it? Am I losing my mind? What the So anyway, I'm trying not to let it get to me, and I'm doing my short laps. I'm doing my short lap, and I'm going this way, back and forth. And they're going again, and I gotta basically stop and sit at the corner and kick my feet, do butterfly kicks in the freaking corner like an idiot because nobody respects me. And what a bunch of horse shit this is turning out to be, right? So I'm waiting for them to touch the stupid wall and turn around and then walk to the other side with their stupid pool noodle. So anyway, I'm kicking my feet in the corner. And all of a sudden, this younger guy shows up. It's the first man to show up in this plethora of old, pain in the ass, women boomer scum. These rude who moved me from where I was doing laps. So the guy gets in. He gets in, right? He gets in the pool right where I was doing my laps, and he's going on my lane. And they all move out of his way. And they're nice to him. I'm like, oh wow, so you respect this young guy because he has a penis? What? You old horny. It's like, what the fuck? So I have to go to the short side, and then I can barely even use the short side. But Mr. Guy over here can jump in, do laps, no big deal, and everybody moves out of his way and leaves him the hell alone. What the hell kind of sense does that make? So I felt completely disrespected. I was like, this is retarded. You old, you scum. You absolute scum. Why didn't you just be nice and let people use those couple of lanes and move over? There was plenty of space in the pool. Even though there was like 30 old people, there was plenty of space. It was just complete disrespect. And then the guy, and then one of the other ladies ended up deciding to start doing laps too. So those two were going on the long way doing their laps. And I'm like, great, fine. So after roughly an hour, I was like, it's probably got to been an hour. So I got out of the pool and I left. And I felt pretty bad, actually. It kind of felt like being at a birthday party that you weren't invited to or something. And that's what these old boomers made me feel. They made me feel like so thank you, old boomer women. I appreciate it so much. Thank you.